Hello, everybody. This is Dan Babis. Welcome back to Daily Soap Dish. If you're new here, please do hit that subscribe button down below for more 90 Day Fiancé content here on the channel. All right, guys. So today we're gonna be talking about Geoffrey Paschel. It's been a while since we spoke about Geoffrey, and since the last video I did on Geoffrey, well, lots has happened in his world. His role is not really the same like it used to be. So if you guys haven't been following the story, Geoffrey was in fact he was sentenced to prison for the acts that he did to his ex-girlfriend, and this was back in October, and I believe that the sentencing is just around the corner. So right now he's looking at a minimum of 12 years in prison, 12 to 20 years in prison. 12 is the minimum. Also, there is no possibility of parole, and that is because Geoffrey Paschel is a repeat offender. It's not the first time that he has committed a crime. So we'll just take a look at some of the facts of the case of the Geoffrey Paschel case. We'll kind of bring you guys up to speed a little bit in terms of what's going on. And here we go. So let's just read this quickly right here. So, Geoffrey Paschel once featured on 90 Day Fiancé when he met Varia from Russia. He's now facing 12 to 20 years without the possibility of parole after being convicted of domestic assault and kidnapping were the charges. The news of the attack broke when he was still on the show, and he was quickly cut from the end of the season. As you guys remember, Geoffrey Paschal was on his season. He was, I think it was before the 90 days, maybe like 2 seasons back, 2020, summer 2020. He was on the show, and then news quickly broke of his assault, and then he was not invited to the tell-all. So unlike Alina, who this season she has been cut completely from the show. Although it's not clear because on the Alina front, I'm just going to make a quick footnote. TLC said that she was going to be cut at the end of the month. I took it to mean at the end of January. Some people are saying that it's going to be at the end of February. So it's a little vague because TLC came up with the statement in January and said that she was going to be cut at the end of the month and she would no longer appear on the show. So that's what I took it, but some people are saying maybe she's going to be on for the whole month of February. And if that's the case, well, in that case, she's kind of going to be on the show until the end. So I guess we'll see this week if she's still on or not. That was just a small footnote. Back to the Geoffrey Paschal case, they did only not invite him to the tell-all. And so they still kept him on, even with all these crazy allegations that we're going to keep reading. They kept him on the whole season and just did not invite him to the tell-all, which, in my opinion, if you're going to keep him on the whole season, you might as well just invite him to the tell-all. I don't get the point of that. It's like a half measure, just trying to look like they're doing something, like they're standing up for domestic assault, when really it doesn't look like they care because, TLC invests the money into the storyline, and so they want to get something in return. It's an investment. When they go and film with somebody, it's an investment. So they invest thousands and thousands of dollars in the Geoffrey and Varia angle. And so if they don't air that footage, it's a lot of money that is lost for them. Also, it could be a loss of ratings on the show because they're not filming somebody else, right? And so there's all kinds of things that go on to this. And obviously, TLC, they did not want to lose their investment during Jeffrey's season and just kind of try to pretend like, like they really care about domestic assault by just not inviting him at the tell-all. It was not enough. It was not enough for me. And I think it was not enough for a lot of other people. But let's go back to this article here. So, Geoffrey Paschel, so he's facing 12 to 20 years. He attacked his ex-girlfriend, Kristen Wilson, at her Tennessee home back in 2019. So this was like right around the time when he started filming, maybe a little before. While Paschal tried to play it off like it was no big deal and that she had actually bumped into some other things on her own. We've never heard that before in brackets. It was the photographs of Wilson's wounds and testimony that sealed the deal for Paschal, and the jury deliberated in an hour and a half to convict him. It was a quick conviction, took only an hour and a half. If you guys have watched any other trials recently, you probably noticed that it can take days and perhaps even weeks in some of them. And this one was a quick one. It didn't take very long, which goes to show you that they really thought that he was very, very guilty. And let's see what else says here. Okay, I'm just going to go to this other article right over here. So here it says that after 2 days, he was found guilty of aggravated kidnapping, domestic assault, and interference with emergency calls. So those are all the charges. That was the Knox County District Attorney's Office said in a statement on Friday in October. So here are some more details about what he actually did, according to the court documents. So Paschel grabbed the victim by the neck and slammed her head against the wall several times. She was also thrown to the ground and dragged, the DA's office said in a statement. He also took her phone and wouldn't let her leave the residence. She said she was able to flee to a neighbor's house while he slept. While responding to the incident, officers noticed that she had a large bruise on her forehead, as well as several bruises and cuts on her back, arms, and the inside of her lip. She was also diagnosed with a concussion, according to the DA's office. And then it goes on to say that his aggravated kidnapping conviction is a Class B felony, and due to his criminal history, like we said before, he now faces a sentence of between 12 and 20 years in prison without the possibility of parole. His prior convictions include possession with intent to sell a controlled substance, as well as 2 federal drug trafficking charges. Paschel is scheduled for sentencing on December 3rd. I don't think he's been sentenced yet. I believe it's coming up soon. So that is kind of the point of this video here, was just to kind of give you a bit of a rundown of what is going on with Geoffrey Paschel, and that he is facing 12 to 20 years. The sentencing is coming soon, and we'll see exactly what he gets. But also some other news on the Geoffrey Paschel front, since he was convicted of all these charges in October. He had his son come out on Instagram and try to help him. He had his son try to help his father himself by trying to fundraise for Geoffrey, and he also had Varia try to fundraise for him as well. It's been really odd to me, this whole situation. Also, he was adamant that he was not guilty. I think we've spoke about this in the past. It's been a while, but he was adamant. He came on, shows like Dominic Natty and perhaps some others as well. I forget now, but he was all over the internet for a long time, being 100% adamant that all these charges were 100% fabricated. It was all lies. He had done nothing of the sort, and he was also accused of a bunch of different things by his other wives as well. And he denies everything. He said every single one of the accusations. Everybody that that made any kind of accusations against him, they were all lies. And well, there you go. There you have it. And Geoffrey Paschel was found guilty, and he's going to be serving a minimum of 12 years in prison. 12 years. He's already 44, maybe about 45 by now, somewhere in that range. So he's going to be in jail until his late 50s, early 60s. So that's a long time for Geoffrey, and we will not ever see Geoffrey on the TLC show ever again. However, we might see Varia on the show. The only issue with Varia is that she has defended Geoffrey quite staunchly. She has pled his innocence, and so that kind of leaves her judgment to be questioned. I'm not sure that TLC wants to bring her back when she is defending a person that has been not only accused but convicted of domestic assault, kidnapping, and all those very, very serious charges. And that's also the reason why TLC, at least in my mind, has brought Ed back, because in this case, as you guys know, Ed was accused of sexual assault by a young lady. We have the video here on the channel, and TLC has brought him back. They, in my opinion, 100% know about the allegations. They've been all over the place, all over the internet. But I think the reason is that Big Ed was not convicted of the allegations, and so I think that TLC uses that as a way to kind of, just put the blame to the side and just pretend like the accusations are not there and just bring Big Ed back on the show. In my opinion, it's not right, but I do think that that's what they're doing. In this case, they can't ignore Geoffrey Paschel because he is now a convicted. Not that he wasn't; he was already a convicted criminal, but he is now a convicted criminal again. And so I think that they're going to be careful in terms of bringing Varia back, specifically for that reason. Let me know what you guys think about the story, about the whole Geoffrey Paschel saga. Let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you did, and return to the channel for more content. I'll see you guys later.